Archangel Michael says, "A lawyer is after you because you have two. Open immediately, my beloved." Stop right now, do not scroll past this moment. What you are feeling in your chest, that tightness, that unexplainable stirring, is not anxiety, it is recognition. Your spirit knows the sound of my voice, and right now, I am speaking directly to you. This is not coincidence. This is divine interruption. I have been watching you, tracking every tear you thought I missed, hearing every prayer you whispered in the dark, when you felt too weary to speak out loud. And tonight, I am breaking my silence. Can you feel it? That warmth beginning to spread through your body, that is not emotion, that is confirmation. I am confirming something you have sensed for months, but were afraid to believe. Something is shifting, not tomorrow, not next week, right now, in this very moment. As these words enter your ears, something in the heavenly realm is moving on your behalf. Some of you felt it the moment you clicked on this video. A pull in your spirit, a knowing that this was not random. Others of you felt resistance, a voice telling you to skip this, to scroll past, to not waste your time. That resistance was not from me, that was the enemy panicking because he knows what is about to be released through these words, and the fact that you pushed through and stayed tells me everything I need to know about your readiness. For too long you have been carrying a weight that was never yours to bear. You have been walking through a season where nothing made sense, where doors slammed without warning, where silence screamed louder than any answer I could give. I watched you wake up morning after morning, forcing yourself to believe, forcing yourself to keep going when every part of you wanted to quit. I saw you, every single moment, and I need you to understand something that will change everything. That season was not punishment, it was preparation. What you called delay, I called preservation. What you called denial, I called divine protection. I was not withholding from you. I was withholding you from what would have destroyed you. There were doors you begged me to open that would have led you into devastation. There were relationships you pleaded for that would have drained the very life I placed in you. There were opportunities you thought were your breakthrough that were actually traps designed to derail your destiny, and so I said no, not because I did not love you, but because I loved you too much to give you what you wanted when I knew what you needed. Listen to me carefully. Everything that happened to you in the last 3 years was strategic. Every person who walked away, every opportunity that dissolved, every prayer that seemed to bounce off the ceiling, it was all calculated not by the enemy, though he celebrated. It was calculated by me. I was clearing the field. I was removing everything that would compete with what I am about to release. Because what is coming is so powerful, so life-altering, so completely overwhelming that you could not have handled it with all that clutter still in your life. Think about Joseph. I allowed him to be thrown in a pit by his own brothers. I allowed him to be sold into slavery. I allowed him to be falsely accused and imprisoned for years. But he did not know that I was positioning him. That pit was preparation for the palace, that prison was training for prime minister. You are in your Joseph season. What feels like a pit is actually preparation. What looks like prison is actually positioning. There is a legal document in the courts of heaven right now with your name written at the top, not typed. Written. In a hand you would not recognize, but your spirit has always known. This document is not new. It was drafted before you were born, sealed when you took your first breath, and has been held in waiting for this exact moment, and I am telling you right now, the seal is breaking. What has been bound is being loosed. What has been locked is being opened. What has been delayed is now being released with such force that it will take your breath away. You need to understand something about timing. My timing is not about the calendar, it is about maturity. It is about readiness. It is about the convergence of 1,000 invisible threads that have been weaving together while you were busy just trying to survive. 3 months ago, you were not ready for this. 6 months ago, it would have crushed you. A year ago, you would have mishandled it, but tonight, something in you has shifted, a strength has formed, a wisdom has settled, a peace has rooted. And now, finally, you can carry what I have been preparing to give you. If you are feeling this word resonate in your spirit right now, if something in your chest is responding to what I am saying, leave a comment and just type the word ready, not for me, for you, because when you declare it, you activate something in the spirit realm. You give permission for what has been hovering over your life to now land in your life. I want to tell you about 2 things that are coming toward you right now. They are moving through the atmosphere, cutting through every barrier the enemy tried to erect, dissolving every delay tactic hell deployed. These 2 things are connected. One reaches back into your past to heal something that was broken, the other reaches forward into your future to establish something that will never be shaken. Together, they form a divine arc over your life, a covering of restoration and promise that no weapon formed against you will ever penetrate again. The first thing is an answer. Not just any answer, the answer to the question you stopped asking because the silence hurt too much. You remember it, that thing you prayed for, until your voice went hoarse. That situation you brought before me until you felt foolish for asking again. That relationship you interceded for until you had no tears left. You finally released it, you finally surrendered it. You finally said, Lord, I trust you even with this, and the moment you let go, I caught it. I have been holding it in my hands, working on it in ways you could not see, reshaping it, redeeming it, restoring it, and now I am giving it back to you, but you will not recognize it. Because what you gave me broken, I am returning whole. What you gave me dead, I am returning alive. What you gave me impossible, I am returning inevitable. The second thing is an assignment, but not the kind you have carried before. This is not a burden. This is a mantle. This is not duty. This is destiny. I am about to position you in a place of influence you never sought, never imagined, never felt qualified for, and that is exactly why I chose you for it. Because the people who seek platforms are the very ones who will abuse them. But you who have been hidden, you who have been overlooked, you who have been told you are too much or not enough, you are the one I can trust with what I am about to release. Let me tell you what has been happening in rooms you have never entered. Your name has been mentioned, by people you have never met, in conversations that had nothing to do with you until suddenly they had everything to do with you. Someone spoke your name, and when they did, something in the atmosphere shifted. A knowing settled over the room, a weight of destiny, and the person speaking felt it even though they could not explain it. They said your name, and they felt peace. They said your name, and they felt certainty. They said your name, and they knew without knowing why that you were the answer to what they had been searching for. This is not networking. This is divine assignment. This is not luck. This is alignment. The steps of a good person are ordered by the Lord, and right now, every step connected to your destiny is falling into perfect sequence. Doors are opening that no man can shut. Opportunities are presenting themselves that no resume earned. Favor is flowing toward you that no skill set qualified you for. Because this is not about your ability, this is about my assignment, and when I assign you to something, I equip you for it. When I position you in something, I empower you through it. I know what you are thinking about your age. You are looking at the calendar and doing the math and telling yourself it is too late. Let me tell you something. Moses was 80 when I called him to deliver a nation. Abraham was 100 when I gave him the son of promise. Anna was 84 when she prophesied over my son in the temple. Age is not a factor in my kingdom. Experience is, endurance is, and you have both. What you call too old, I call perfectly seasoned. What you call past your prime, I call prepared for purpose. The delay was not denial, it was development, and now you are ready. Some of you are thinking about your health. You are feeling the pain in your body and wondering how I can use a broken vessel. Let me remind you of something. I spoke the universe into existence, but I formed you with my hands. I sculpted you. I breathed into you, and that breath I placed in you has never left. It is still there, still sustaining, still empowering. Yes, your body is aging. Yes, there is pain. Yes, there is weakness. But my strength is made perfect in weakness. And what I am about to do through you will have nothing to do with your physical capacity and everything to do with my supernatural ability working through a willing vessel. If this message is hitting you in places you did not even know needed to be touched, hit that like button right now, not as a casual gesture, as a declaration, as your agreement with what I am speaking over your life. Now I need to tell you about the warfare you have been in. You felt it, but could not name it. That heaviness that descended without reason. That confusion that clouded your mind when you were trying to make simple decisions. That sudden wave of doubt that crashed over you right when you were beginning to believe again. That was not random. That was strategic. The enemy saw what I was preparing to release over your life, and he panicked. Let me expose his tactics so you will recognize them when he tries again. First, he isolated you. He made you feel alone even in a crowd. He convinced you that no one understood, no one cared, no one could relate to what you were carrying. When you were lying awake at 3 in the morning, unable to sleep, wrestling with anxiety, he would flood your mind with worst-case scenarios. Second, he magnified your past. He brought up every mistake, every failure, every moment you wish you could erase. He replayed it in your mind like a broken record, trying to convince you that your history disqualified you from your destiny. That sin you committed years ago that I forgave the moment you repented, he kept bringing it back up, making you feel unworthy. Third, he attacked your identity. He whispered that you were not chosen, not special, not called. He tried to reduce you to ordinary when I created you to be extraordinary. Every time you started to believe you were made for more, he would point to your circumstances and say, if God really loved you, you would not be going through this. Fourth, he attacked your faith through delay. Every month that passed without change, every prayer that seemed unanswered, every door that remained closed, he used as evidence that maybe you heard me wrong. He wanted you to throw away your confidence, but here is what he did not count on. He did not count on your resilience. He threw everything at you, and you are still standing. You are still believing. You are still here, and that terrifies him. Your testimony is about to become your ministry. Your mess is about to become your message, and the very thing the enemy used to try to break you is about to become the platform I use to promote you. Every attack was actually confirmation. The greater the warfare, the greater the calling. Hell does not waste ammunition on people who pose no threat. The fact that you have been under such intense attack is proof that you are carrying something that threatens the kingdom of darkness. There is something you need to do right now. I need you to speak something out loud. Do not just think it, speak it. Words have creative power. They shift atmospheres. They open portals. They activate assignments. So right now, wherever you are, I need you to say this. Say it out loud. My breakthrough is not coming. It is already here, my healing is not delayed, it is already released. My provision is not on the way, it is already in motion. What God promised, God will perform. What heaven decreed, earth must release. I receive it now in Jesus' name. Did you feel that? That was not just words leaving your mouth, that was a declaration that registered in the courts of heaven. Angels heard it and began to move. Demons heard it and began to flee, and I heard it, and I smiled. Because you just activated your faith in a way that gives me legal permission to override every delay tactic the enemy deployed. Let me paint you a picture of what the next 6 months look like. I see you walking with a confidence you have not felt in years, not arrogance, confidence. The kind that comes from knowing who you are and whose you are. I see you making decisions with clarity, moving with purpose, speaking with authority. I see conversations happening that you never initiated, but suddenly you are in rooms you never pursued. I see resources flowing toward you from sources you never cultivated. Not because you chased them, because I sent them. I see your health improving, that thing the doctors said you would have to manage for the rest of your life. I am touching it. That pain that has been your constant companion, I am removing it. That weakness that has limited you, I am replacing it with strength. You will wake up one morning, and it will be gone, and you will know. You will know that this was not medicine, this was miracle, this was not treatment, this was touch. My hand on your body, healing what man said was permanent. I see relationships being restored. That family member you have been estranged from, the gap is closing. That friend who walked away, the connection is being re-established. Not because you pursued it, because I orchestrated it. I am softening hearts, I am opening eyes, I am removing the veil that blinded them to who you really are, and reconciliation is coming. Restoration is coming, and it will be so complete, so beautiful, so redemptive that you will weep tears of joy for the very relationship that once made you weep tears of pain, that daughter who stopped calling, that son who moved away and built walls between you. I am working on their hearts right now. They have been thinking about you more than you know. Memories have been surfacing, regrets have been stirring, and soon, very soon, the phone will ring, or the text will come, or they will show up at your door, and when they do, do not rehearse the hurt, do not bring up the past. Just receive them, just embrace them, because that moment is not about who was right or wrong. It is about restoration, it is about redemption, it is about getting back what the enemy stole, that sibling you have not spoken to in years, the one you avoid at family gatherings, the one whose name still triggers pain when you hear it. I am dealing with them. They carry guilt you do not even know about. They lie awake at night wishing they could undo what was done, wishing they could take back words that cut deep, wishing they could bridge the distance that now feels too wide to cross. But I am the bridge builder, I am the gap closer. I am the healer of broken relationships, and I am about to do something that will surprise both of you. And then there is that friendship that ended so abruptly you still do not understand what happened. One day you were close, the next day you were strangers. You replayed the conversations 1,000 times trying to figure out what you did wrong, what you said wrong, what went wrong. But it was not about you, it was about them. They were going through something they could not articulate, carrying something they could not share, wrestling with something they could not explain, and in their pain they pushed you away. But their season of struggle is ending, their clarity is returning, and they are going to reach out, not to explain, because some things cannot be explained, but to reconnect, to restore, to begin again. I see finances shifting, that lack you have battled. I am breaking it, that struggle to make ends meet. I am ending it. I am opening streams of income you did not pursue, I am bringing opportunities you did not apply for. I am releasing favor that will cause people to want to bless you for no logical reason. They will not be able to explain it, they will just know they are supposed to help you, and abundance is coming, not just enough overflow, not just provision, surplus, because I am not just supplying your needs, I am positioning you to supply the needs of others. Let me be specific. You are going to receive an unexpected check in the mail. You will not be expecting it, and the amount will shock you. Someone is going to pay you back a debt you had written off years ago, a debt you had released, a debt you never expected to see again. But I am moving on their heart, and restitution is coming. You are going to be offered an opportunity that seems too good to be true, and your first instinct will be to decline it because you will feel unqualified. Do not decline it. That is me, take it, step into it. I will equip you as you go. There are resources that have been frozen, stuck in legal processes, caught in bureaucratic delays. I am about to release them. Red tape is being cut, signatures that were needed are being obtained, approvals that were held up are being granted. What has been stuck in the system for months, even years, is about to break loose, and when it does, it will come all at once, a flood of provision that will overwhelm you in the best possible way. I see you being able to pay off debt that has hung over your head like a dark cloud. I see you writing checks to clear balances that you thought you would carry to your grave. I see you experiencing freedom from financial pressure for the first time in decades, and you will breathe differently, you will sleep differently, you will walk with your head up because the burden of lack will be lifted. This is not just about money, this is about freedom, this is about peace. This is about being able to focus on what I called you to do instead of constantly worrying about how to make ends meet. But I need you to understand something about this increase. It is not for consumption, it is for distribution. I am not making you wealthy so you can hoard. I am making you wealthy so you can be a conduit, a channel, a river through which my resources flow to others. You will be a secret blessing, an anonymous answer to prayers, a hidden hand meeting needs. And every time you give, I will multiply what is in your hand. Every time you sow, I will make room for greater harvest. This is not just about you getting blessed. This is about you becoming a blessing. You are going to hear stories of people in crisis, people facing eviction, people choosing between medicine and food, and something in your spirit will move, and you will respond. Quietly, privately, without announcement or applause, you will send the check, you will pay the bill, you will cover the need, and you will do it in my name, not yours. And when those people try to thank you, to find you, to repay you, you will remain hidden because you will understand that you were just the delivery system for my provision, and your reward is not in earthly recognition. Your reward is in heaven, and I am keeping detailed records. Now let me tell you what to do with all of this. First, guard your peace. In the coming weeks, chaos will try to creep back in, drama will knock on your door. People will try to pull you back into old patterns, old arguments, old entanglements. Do not go. Guard your peace like you guard your life because your peace is your power. When you are at peace, you can hear my voice clearly. When you are at peace, you can discern my leading accurately. When you are at peace, you can move with precision, protect it. Second, steward this season well. What I am releasing is sacred. It is not common, it is not ordinary. And it requires a level of responsibility you have not carried before. Show up on time, keep your word, honor your commitments, be faithful in small things so I can trust you with greater things. Excellence is not perfection, it is intentionality. It is giving your best even when no one is watching, it is honoring the gift I placed in you by developing it, refining it, maximizing it. Third, stay connected. Not to everyone, but to the right ones. I am bringing people into your life who will sharpen you, challenge you, push you to be better. They will not flatter you, they will speak truth to you. They will see your potential and refuse to let you settle. Receive them, honor them, learn from them. Disconnect from the ones who drain you, distract you, discourage you. You do not owe anyone access to your life who costs you your peace, your purpose, or your progress. I want to tell you one more thing before I close this word. There is an apology that has been written but not yet sent. Someone who hurt you deeply, someone who wronged you intentionally, someone whose betrayal cut so deep you did not think you would survive it. They have been carrying guilt, they have been wrestling with conviction, and I have been dealing with their heart. They are going to reach out, not today, but soon. And when they do, I need you to be ready, not to gloat, not to lecture, but to forgive, to release them from the debt you have been holding over them in your heart, because unforgiveness is a prison, and you are not the warden. You are the one I came to set free, so when that message comes, when that call happens, when that door opens for reconciliation, walk through it with grace. Release them. And in releasing them, release yourself. Your life is about to become a testimony that people will study. They will look at where you were and where you are now and wonder how you got from there to here, and you will smile, because you will know it was not strategy. It was surrender. It was not hustle. It was trust. It was not your ability. It was my faithfulness. And your story will give hope to someone who is right now where you were 3 years ago, believing they will never make it through. I am so proud of you. I know you do not hear that often enough. I know you wonder sometimes if I am pleased, if I am satisfied, if I see your efforts. Let me settle it right now. I am proud of you, not because of what you have accomplished, but because of what you have endured, not because of where you are going, but because of how you got here. You could have quit, you could have walked away, you could have given up on me, on yourself, on everything I planted in your spirit, but you did not. You stayed, you believed, you held on, and that, my beloved, that is what makes you rare. The breakthrough you have been praying for is not coming. It is already here. The healing you have been crying for is not delayed, it is already released. The provision you have been asking for is not on hold, it is already in motion, and all you have to do is receive it. Not earn it, not work for it, not prove you are worthy of it, just receive it. Open your hands, open your heart, open your mind, and let me fill you with everything I have been storing up for you.